That rubber is a little bit, how is it, Shiva?
From here.
From outside. We have to take inside the rubber.
Here.
Because we can't stick it on the rubber.
Okay, I'll give you rubber.
Yeah, after this you give.
From here?
From here to here and up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give exact.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes, everything is okay. It will probably be 5 millimeters less or something like that, but just confirm.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because I'm calling him today
Okay.
to finalize everything. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Narayanah Paro Vyaktat Andam Avyakta Sambhavam Andasyantastvime Lokaha Saptadvipa cha Medini. 16th verse. Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantamanashnataha nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. So, we saw this, a path of moderation with regarding to some daily activities. What are the daily activities? The primary of them, and Bhagavan knows, is eating. So we start with food. Yeah. Because even if somebody in the class is dozing off, suddenly food is brought up, they will wake up. Okay? Yeah, so that's why we start with food. How much to eat, and when to eat, when not to eat. And the idea is not to fill up the stomach so much that you need CPR, the breathing assistance. You need to be on a ventilator because you have eaten too much and cannot breathe on your own. That is the idea. Moderation in everything. And again, not eating at all. That's another extreme. And they call it intermittent fasting, but sometimes they take it to new levels. I read one article that somebody sent me. Intermittent fasting means you eat everything within a 6-hour window or an 8-hour window, and then the rest of the time you don't eat anything at all, because you allow the stomach rest so that it can do its job. Samana Vayu, it also needs weekend off. It also needs a holiday. Samana Vayu, digestive fire. You give it some help. But then they take it to new levels. Oh, there is something called ketosis, where the stomach breaks down all the fat and everything like that, and that happens only after 72 hours of fasting. And so it's not, by this time it's not called intermittent fasting. What should it be called? Intermittent eating. Okay, it's not fasting at all anymore. So like this, there's no need to starve, and there's no need to be uncomfortably full. That is the idea. Same thing with sleeping and waking. First line is eating and drinking, is regarding eating and drinking. Second line is regarding what? Waking and sleeping. So some people cannot be awake at all. Even standing, they can go to sleep. You have to take them gently and prop them up against the wall, okay, so that they don't fall down. And then some people will be awake all night long. And in the last life, owl. Okay, they were owls in the previous life, and that samskara still continues. Or they are getting ready to be owls when? In the next life. Simple. Karma is so easy. Wonderful it is, yeah. So, that's just for fun. We don't know what they were in the last life. But anyhow, so this is the idea, is moderation in sleep also. Let us see what Adi Shankara says. Na ati ashnataha atmasammitam anna parimanam atitya ashnataha atyashnataha na yogaha asti na cha ekantam anashnataha yogaha asti. Yeah. So here this is the vicheda of all the words and everything, and explaining the words. Atma sammitam. Atma means the body. Sammitam means appropriate to the body. Anna parimanam, the measure of food that is appropriate to the body. How can you say that? I mean, how many people in the world? 8.1 billion people in the world, and you can't just fix, this is what you have to eat. This is what is appropriate for all bodies. No, some bodies, they were birds in their last life, so they will just eat little bits. And then some bodies were rhinos, hippos, like that. In the elephants, in their last life, they need a lot of food. You can't suggest, you can't say you have to eat this much. So it becomes a manner of, it becomes an area of vagueness. So therefore, it is said here, Adi Shankara resolves that vagueness by saying, how much ever it is appropriate for this particular body, Prakritam, under discussion. So who are we talking about? You. Why? Because you are reading it. Whoever is reading it, for the reader, for that reader, whatever is appropriate. So one is, used to eating 10 chapatis and then that is what is appropriate for them. Another one can't even finish one chapati. And so like this, they are all different. Everybody is different. And so, Atma Sammitaha. So, whatever the body needs for its upkeep. You can't laugh at the person who is eating 20 chapatis, and then you can't laugh at the person who is eating half a chapati, because that is how their body is. So, atitya ashnataha, meaning crossing that. And you see, the stomach is very elastic. You start eating a little more every day. Then what will happen? You get used to that. And if you don't eat, then suddenly you say, no, I'm going back to what I was eating, then the stomach will protest. Wait, you are starving me, I'm hungry. Stomach is very elastic, and it is sentient or inert? Inert. It acts as though it is sentient, but it is very much inert. So it doesn't know, and it doesn't care if it's putting on weight or becoming big. It doesn't care. Who cares? You care. It doesn't care. It doesn't say, oh, first I was so flat and nice, now I look like a pot belly, I should take care of my health. No, neither for health reasons nor for the reasons of looks. The stomach will keep on saying, please bring some more. It will not say no. It will not say no at all. And so here, who has to put restraint? The yogi has to put restraint. And in fact, it's not even the yogi who is being addressed, because yogi will have restraint. Who is being addressed? Yogi wannabe. A wannabe yogi, meaning the one who wants to be a yogi, is being addressed as what? Hey, look, if you want this yoga, if you want to be a meditator, don't stuff yourself fully. Like some kind of a vegetable, like we have all these stuffed vegetables, stuffed peppers, stuffed this, stuffed that. Don't stuff yourself. Because instead of meditation, what will come? Sleep will come. Snoring will come. That's what will come. So therefore, you have a certain measure of what your body is used to. Please give it that much and nothing more. And then he is later on going to give a formula as well for this to take the guesswork out. And then yadu hava atma sammitam annam tadavati tannahi nasti yadbhuyah hinasti tad kaniyah na tad avati iti shrutehe. He finds out one shruti to show that this quote is from the Upanishads, that the Bhagavad Gita follows the Upanishad completely. The Bhagavad Gita does not at all go away from the Upanishad. To show that, he somehow searches a quote from a place called Shatapatha Brahmana, and there all these food habits and how to eat Ayurvedically, all this are mentioned. And perhaps it got its name because it is said that soon after lunch, what should you do? No. Most definitely not. You are to walk for 100 footsteps. At least 100 footsteps you put in. No, but I already did my 10,000 steps for the day. No, next time do 9,900, and then after lunch do the last 100. Maybe that's why it is called Shata 100 patha steps. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm guessing. So you are supposed to walk. I mean, you don't run a marathon and walk briskly. No, you take a leisurely walk after lunch. And so here, this particular quote says the same thing which has already been said, but slightly differently. What does it say? It says that na ati ash, no, not that. Where is that quote? Yeah. Yad u hava havai atmasammitam annam. Yadhu vai. So the one who has atmasammitam annam, as much as is needed, that person eats. Then what happens to them? That food avati protects that person. The food protects the person. Amazing it is. The food protects the person. If you honor it and eat as much as you need to eat, if you do that, the food protects you. Tanna hinasti, it does not destroy the body. You means here body-mind complex. Upadhi, this container in which we come, that is what is called upadhi. So the food protects when it is eaten in proper measure, at the proper time, etc. All that we have to supply. And then bhuyaha, then again yat hinasti tad kaniyaha. Kaniyaha means small amount. Kaniyaha means tiny amount. So I'm just going to eat 2 bites of food, that's all. And I'm not eating any more because I have some goals, dieting goals, some other goals. People have so many goals. And then as many people are there, that many diets are there. And then you talk to people, this is what they talk. What are you doing? I'm doing juice cleanse. And then that will go on for some time. And then you meet them again after next month, what are you doing? Colon cleanse. Okay. And then after that, what are you doing? Something else. Some other thing will always be there. And then, the person who is not eating as much as the body needs is destroyed. Why? They are not destroyed as in they will die. They won't die, but they are operating not at an optimal level. And so there is weakness in the body, and then you go and they fall over, and then what else? They are just the brain doesn't work properly, as I have explained in the 6th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad. Shvetaketu is asked to fast for 10 days and then chant Samaveda. He said, Sama who? What? How does it start? And then, yeah, Sama who, that's who. Who, ha, who. That's how it starts. Still he could not chant. Then the father, this was a, living Vedanta experiment. So the experiment was carried out. So that we don't have to do this experiment. Shvetaketu did it already. And then Shvetaketu was asked to go to the kitchen and have a full meal and then come and chant. And then he came out of the kitchen only chanting. And then as soon as the food hit the stomach, the brain also started to work. So if we keep depriving ourselves of the nutrition in the form of the food, then our spiritual endeavor, our spiritual quest is also affected. Because there is nothing to nurture, there is nothing to fill properly. And so, even in Vedanta class, if such a person comes, they will only be thinking of food. Whatever, even if the text is talking about Brahman, and the teacher is explaining Brahman, Brihi, Vriddhau, big, in the sense of limitlessly big. Oh, I could go for a big glass of milk just now, or I could go for a big chocolate cake just now. So like this, the person will keep feeling disenchanted, spiritually not available, emotionally also not able to grow. Why? Because the food is used as a source of comfort or to shut down the painful emotions that come. That's many people use the food like that. They overeat not because they are not full or they don't know when they are full. They know when they are full. This is what is called comfort eating. They are not hungry, but they still eat anyway, because if they did not eat, all the painful things from their childhood which they have not addressed comes out, and they are not ready to confront that. They are afraid to confront that, and so they go on eating as a way to shut down. So if I am eating to shut down and I am already shut down, how will I be open to emotional maturity? How will I know what needs to be corrected? How will I know what kinds of hurts I have to heal? I won't know anything. I will keep on eating and shut down the emotions, shut down the emotional growth, and then what is that, and then coming to class is like throwing expensive ghee down the drain. That is how it is. So therefore, ati ashnataha na yogaha asti. If you want to be a good meditator or the one who does nididhyasana, then what you have to do? You have to eat as much as is needed. If you eat too much, what will happen? The other changes that are afoot because of a life of yoga and because of studying Vedanta and studying yoga, etc., that will not bear fruit. And then, tasmat yogi na atma sammitat annat adhikam nyunam va ashneyat. Yeah. So may not the yogi eat neither more than less of what is required. And then so still there is vagueness. How do I know? You said as much as I want to eat, I should eat. But then how do I know whether I am eating the correct amount? I don't know if I am eating the correct amount. I don't know if whatever I am eating is the correct thing for me, for a life of if you are not into spirituality, this question won't even come in the head. Okay? But if this question comes in the head, that means I am on the path of dhyana, jnana, everything, and then there is a genuine question because I am vague. How much should I really be eating? And so Adi Shankara takes the help of Yoga Shastra here. Athava yoginah yoga shastre paripathitat anna parimanat atimatram ashnatah yogah na asti. Yoga shastre paripathitat. Paripatita. Pari means fully, until it is understood. Pathita. Pathita means that which has been told, taught. That which has been taught where? Yoga Shastre. In the Yoga Shastra, that which has been taught, what is that? The food formula that we have to supply. That is not said. Yoga Shastre paripathitat anna parimanat. Anna parimana means the food in excess of what is prescribed in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. In the Patanjali system, there is some things that are talked about. In the Ayurveda also, same thing is talked about. Okay, so you don't know how much food is good for your body. So follow the formula. Athava, so either you follow Shatapatha Brahmana and say, this is how much I can eat, this is how much I need to be full, and this is what I am going to do. Or you follow the Yoga Shastra's formula and don't eat more than that. And then what is the Yoga Shastra's formula? let us see. And then he concludes, Atimatram ashnatah yogaha na asti. So if you are following the Yoga Sutras and eating according to their plan, and if you eat more than that, you can say bye-bye meditation, bye-bye nididhyasana. Uktam hi ardham asanasya savyanjanasya tritiyam udakasya tu vayoho sancharanartham tu chaturtham avasheshayet ityadi parimanam. This is the formula. So what is the formula? Ardham ashanasya. Fill the stomach half with food. This is the formula. I don't know the size of my stomach, I am telling, and you are telling fill it half with food. I don't even know what is full. So only when I know what is full, then I can have it. Correct? I am asking you a question. What is a full stomach? And you are saying have it. Eat half. If I don't know what is full, how am I going to have it? Alright, so here I am giving you a formula to decode this formula. Okay? Yeah. So first, one day, forget meditation. Alright, forget everything else. Just sit and eat till you cannot breathe. Okay? That is full. And then you are supposed to eat half of that. Alright? This is for regular people, not the people who do this, what is that? Something it's called. These eating contests. Samosa eating contests. It's just so sad to see them. Stuff, drink water, stuff. And then in this 1 hour, how much samosas they are able to eat. Okay, we are not talking of those kinds of people. And we are also not talking of, what are they called? Those extreme bodybuilders, washboard, six-pack abs, and then all these things and all these. We are not talking of them. We are talking of regular people, all right? Because those people will not be interested in yoga. What are they committed to? Body, building the body. They are not trying to build their spiritual muscles. They are only trying to build their physical muscles. So we are talking of the normal range of people, the kinds who like to come to ashrams. And you know who comes to ashram? You don't come to the ashram, oh, they have good food here, let me go. Nobody comes to the ashram for the food, okay? If you want that kind of an experience, where do you go? You go to a restaurant, you go to a hotel. Ashram, you don't come for food. So it is directed towards those people who want to grow inwardly. Because ashram, it's a no-brainer. First day, rice and dal. Next day, dal and rice. At night, you mix the two together and call it, there you go. This is ashram food. Alright, so nobody comes for food in the ashram. In the ashram, you come for a different kind of food. Food for the soul, food for the heart, food for the emotions, food for transformation. That food overpowers the need for this food. So then, I'll give you a formula to decode the formula. So supposing you ate 25 chapatis, then half of till you were completely full. So then half the food should be filled with food, means please do not eat more than 12 and a half chapatis. Okay, this is part of the formula. And then don't say, okay, so 12 and a half chapatis I can eat, and then I need vegetable number 1, vegetable number 2, dal number 1, dal number 2, various kinds of condiments. No. Savyanjanasya. Everything is Vyanjana means condiment. Vyanjana means many things, but here it means all the accoutrements, the side dishes. So half the stomach must be filled with food, doesn't mean another half for the side dishes. No. It includes the side dishes. Oh, that's not very much at all. Exactly. So then, Tritiyam means, like supposing you divide the stomach into 4 quarters, half of it is sloshing around with rice, dal and vegetables. Okay? And then Tritiyam means a fourth of it. What do you fill it with? Water. Fill it with water, Tritiyam. That doesn't mean you drink, sometimes this whole drinking business, and I don't mean any other kind of drinking, only water. This hydration, this hydration madness. And I saw somebody just on this road in the Ganga only carrying a mug this high mug carrying, and that has a straw, keep on sipping. No, Ayurveda doesn't say that, Yoga Shastra also doesn't say that. In fact, you should wait for 15 minutes after eating or half an hour if you can, and then have a little bit of water to help the food digest. Tritiyam udakam tu. And then Chaturtham, the last quarter, what is reserved for what? Sweets, dessert. No? What does it say? Oh, disappointing. What does it say? It should be kept empty. Otherwise, like when I introduced this shloka, I told you it's like a full washing machine. You stuff the washing machine full of clothes and then you turn it on. What will happen? Yeah, then you'll have to call both an electrician and a plumber together to fix it. It is definitely going to go. It is going to go. And same thing, this is also like a washing machine. Only difference is that is transparent. You can see the clothes going like this and getting washed. Here it's not transparent. But same thing, the food needs room to move. And there is agitation going on. Samana Vayu is digesting. And the vitamins are being sent to the muscles and the brain and the minerals, the vitamins, all these things, the carbs, all these things are being sent to various places, and then it is converted into nourishment. So this is the formula. Okay, I'm glad this is the last class because tomorrow nobody will come after this. Yeah, because why so strict? It's not strict. It is very pragmatic. It's a practical advice. So this is the ityadi parimanam. This is the parimana means measurement formula. Tatha nacha atisvapnashilasya yogo bhavati na eva atimatram jagratah yogo bhavati cha Arjuna. Yeah. So, same thing. Tatha cha. Tatha means in the same manner. In the same manner that you are not supposed to eat too much or too little. In the same manner, if you are interested in a spiritual life, do not spend your whole day and night sleeping or waking up. Swapnashila means sleeping. So that is the idea. He doesn't go into it because this is very obvious. Then the question arises, Katham punaha yogo bhavati iti uchyate. Then how do I get this? How do I become a yogi? For whom does this yoga? How do I master dhyana yoga, the yoga of meditation and the yoga of nididhyasana, contemplation? How do I become a meditator? Who does become a contemplator? Next verse. Yuktahara viharasya yuktacheshtasya karmasu yuktasvapnavabodhasya योगो भवति दुःखः युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Okay, so when does this, when will I get this, when will I master this yoga of meditation? And so yukta means appropriate, not exceeding, not diminishing. Yukta ahara. Yukta ahara means for whom their intake is appropriate. Yukta vihara, for whom their exercise and movement is also appropriate. It's not like you say, I'm going to jog and keep jogging till somebody tells you if you jog anymore you will drop. You don't do that. And you just have a certain limit for everything. And yukta karma, yukta cheshtasya karmasu with regard to actions. Moderate effort. You don't overdo or underdo. It shows a certain imbalance. Sometimes when you are having a deadline, you have to fulfill something. There is a work in the office that has to be done occasionally, or there is something there that is you want to accomplish. You are writing a book and you are in the last stages of writing the book. So under those circumstances, many people have burnt the candle on both sides, meaning worked too hard and then stayed up all night or slept very little. But that is not a way of life. It cannot be sustained as a way of life. Once in a while, yes, something has to be done. It's somebody is sick, it's an emergency situation, you have to stay up and take care of them. A baby is sick, you have to take care of the baby. All that is okay. But this cannot be a lifestyle. The lifestyle must be yukta. Because, you see, this knowledge is very precious. It takes you on it's really like it takes you for a ride, really. Spiritually speaking, figuratively speaking. And then it can take you places. It opens the heart. It blows away the mind. And what does it do? There is nothing like this. It just opens everything up. For that, I have to allow it to do that. I have to allow it to do that at the level of the body, the mind and the senses, because this is not an ordinary knowledge. It's a sacred knowledge which only a few can desire, and even fewer can actually revel in. So, if I want this knowledge for sure, then if I want to go places spiritually within myself, then a routine is very, very important. But most of us, we rebel. We are rebels. What do we rebel against? Routines. I want to get up when I want to get up. I want to sleep when I want to sleep. I don't want you to tell me to sleep. All the childhood issues come up when the mother and the father said, lights off, you need to go to bed. Now they all come up. I am a grown person, I am no longer a child, why should I do this? But there are very good reasons. Why doesn't matter which religion, if you go into spirituality, everywhere there is prescribed a certain kind of a lifestyle. The knowledge and the lifestyle are married to one another. The extent to which we can have a lifestyle of routine and discipline. And this may look very boring because it doesn't have the pizzazz, it doesn't have the thrill, it doesn't have just like, oh, I like ups and downs, I want drama in my life. This, The Bhagavad Gita is not for the people who want drama. The Bhagavad Gita is for people who want Rama, okay, without the D. Yes. That is, what is Rama? Ramante yasmin yoginaha. Those in whom they who revel in this. What is this? That Atma which is glorious, which is themselves. Those who revel in the glory of themselves. That is what is called Rama. Rama is Atma. And so, here we have a different quest. Here we don't come to rebel. If we want to rebel, we can remain outside. Every day there will be some protest. Down with this, up with this. This politician corrupt, the other one is better. This one is bad, the other one is better. 6 months later, that one is bad, third one is better. So we can go into politics, we can go into some kind of an activism, we can do all that. We can fill ourselves up with endless causes, and many of them are worthy. I am not saying that's unworthy. It's worthy. And we can make a difference. But if you want to come here to take the time for yourself, rebelling against the lifestyle is like cutting the branch of a tree. Oh, what's the problem? You are sitting on that branch. Yeah. You are sitting on the branch which you are nicely sawing. What will happen? Oh, I am getting better at this. I am cutting. Finished. It will bring you down. So that rebellion itself will bring one down, because one is constantly, whenever confronted by rules, one becomes 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Oh, I don't want to do this because it's being told to me to do. But here this is not the rules that one ashram or one particular religion has made. This is the rules which are there everywhere. There is something about them being universal. They are there. And why are they there? We have to see. We may not know the reasons, but they fulfill the purpose of growing one up emotionally until one becomes yukta. Yukta means a person who is together, does not keep having meltdowns, does not want to have their own way all the time, does not push their will onto others. And this is the person who is called yukta. How do you become yukta? By becoming yuktaharaha. By eating appropriately at the time that is there, and eating in the correct measure, etc. Yukta viharaha. Yukta viharaha means the one who moves around appropriately. Yukta cheshta. Yukta cheshtaha means the one who uses the hands and legs and the organs of actions appropriately. They say Italians talk with their hands. Yeah, they don't talk with their mouths, they talk with their hands. It's a cultural thing. And so, like that. So, you see which karmendriya, which organ of action I should use when. But we don't know how to keep still. Even sitting in the bus stop, sitting in a train station, in an airport, some body part has to keep moving. The leg has to keep shaking like this all the time. Especially if they are kept dangling down. The leg will keep on shaking, one leg. Why? Are you planning to kick somebody? No, I am not planning to. Then why are you exercising in this manner? But that's what it is. Most of these movements we are not aware of. They are coming from the unconscious mind, and it is showing an inner restlessness. So this person who is talked about here as yukta is who? A person who is tackling this inner restlessness, who is not going beyond this inner restlessness, who is not glossing over this and saying let it be, doesn't matter, who is actually working with, integrating and interrogating what is the purpose of this inner restlessness. And so that is the one. So yukta ahara, vihara, cheshta and karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, cycles of sleep and waking also are routine. And then yogo bhavati, such a person will be what? Will have the yoga, What yoga? Which destroys all sorrow. Dukkham hanti iti dukkhaha. Han, to kill. So, how does it kill all sorrow? Because it allows the knowledge to take root. When I have a niyamita lifestyle, when I have a lifestyle of measured lifestyle, a routine lifestyle, when I can predict when am I going to wake up, when am I going to sleep, when am I going to eat, when am I going to walk, if these are already there, then it allows for great transformations, because any big transformation cannot happen unless it is on the canvas of a healthy routine and healthy practices. The healthy practices make me go further into myself without fear. The healthy practices take me on a wonderful ride of self-discovery. Otherwise, I'm just constantly trying to get sleep or trying to eat something or not eat something, and I'm focused on the body, mind, sense complex. This is the second reason why the routine helps, because routine takes the, what is that called? Takes the guesswork out of the body, mind, sense complex. Takes out the guesswork. And then what does it do? It just helps you to just focus on your spiritual life. And then Bhashya, yuktahara viharasya ahriyate iti aharaha annam viharanam viharaha padakramah. And then padakramaha, that much is enough. Let's see. So, ahriyate iti aharaha. That which is taken in is called what? Aharaha. Annam is what is taken in. This, it takes the guesswork out. So, what should I take in? Not garbage, okay? Not junk food. Annam, food that nourishes. Food that helps the body, mind, sense complex, keeps it well, keeps it in optimal health. So that food. And then viharaha is viharanam, padakramaha. The movement of the feet on the ground, of course, is called viharaha. And then what else? Tau yuktau niyata parimadau yasya saha yasya tatha yukta cheshtasya yukta niyata cheshta yasya karmasu tatha. So, same thing here, very straightforward bhashya. And then what does it say? It says the vihara means padakrama, movement of the feet. So, for whom tau, these two, which two? Ahara and vihara. These two, for whom niyata parimanau, are engaged in measured quantities. And similarly, tatha means similarly, yukta cheshtasya, niyata cheshta yasya. The movement is also measured. Karmasu, and one is not completely doing karma all the time. Neither is one desisting from karma, action. So everything is yukta. And then for such a person, yuktau swapnascha avabodhascha tau niyata kalau yasya. So, the same thing with Yukta Swapna Avabodhasya. Yukta Swapna Avabodhaha is the word. And it's not a description of a condition, it's the description of the person with that condition. So, yuktau swapnascha avabodhascha tau niyatakalau yasya saha yukta swapna avabodhaha tasya. Like that, we have to do that. So, here also he does the yasya tasya. So, yuktau are in measured quantities, yuktau dual. So, two things must be there. What is that? Sleeping and waking. Swapnascha avabodhascha tau niyatakalau, meaning they are at fixed times. You can go to somebody and know that they are going to be sleeping at such and such a time. It's very helpful for others also. Okay, and so you sleep at such a time, you wake up at such a time, it's there. Otherwise, it's not like you wake up shortly before the bell goes. Oh, morning bell? No, lunch bell. Okay. Why? It is my day off. See, when one freaks out during the day off, it is harder to come back. Definitely harder to come back. If you maintain more or less the same routine, same thing on the day off as on the days that are on, then it is much easier. You try it and see. You still have one more day off. So, last day off is when? 17th, before the course concludes. So, on the 17th, you say, in any case, I will be let loose from here in a couple of days. Let me not do anything drastic. Let me keep my cool. Let me do whatever I do every other day. Let me not go completely this way or that way. Let me wake up at the more or less the same time. Let me sleep at the same time. Let me not overeat. Let me not undereat. Let me just be as I am every day. Then you see, when you come back on the 18th, you will be filled with Shakti. You will be filled with enthusiasm. Because it helps. It helps the body. Because if you go completely the other way, because why? Weekend. This is what is our problem. 5 days you work very hard and you are very systematic and you just think. And then Saturday, Sunday, Friday night itself. There is one expression. What is it called? TG? What does it stand for? Thank God it is Friday. TGIF. Okay? Yeah. TGIF, happy TGIF. They start saying. So Friday itself the freak out begins. And then what? It continues till Sunday night, wee hours of the Sunday night. And Monday, that's why it's called Monday morning feeling. Yeah, you have to somehow, somebody takes you and puts you in the bus or in the car or wherever you need to go. Somehow you arrive at work. Somehow the work gets done. Only good thing is all your colleagues are also in the same situation. That's the only saving measure. So, and then whole Monday is gone because it's recovery. Okay, it's recovery. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, again after that 3 days you somehow come back to the routine and then TGIF. This is not the way the Gita wants us to live. The Gita wants us to just have a boring routine, almost what one would consider a boring routine, so that all the excitement is saved for Brahman, for discovering myself as Brahman. That is where all the excitement is. Otherwise, if I put all the excitement here, then I will not have any moment. The Akhandakara Vritti will not take place because I will be resisting the assimilation of this knowledge. Why? Because I, instead of waiting to say, aha, I am Brahman, I am thinking of what shall I swaha now? What shall I swaha next? So I am thinking of a particular yajna. What is the yajna? Vaishwanara yajna, feeding the fire. Even when there is no fire, I am already planning what shall I eat to feed the fire. And so like this, people drive in the United States, people drive 2.5 hours to go to their favorite restaurant on Friday, okay? And then so if dinner time is 7 o'clock, what time you have to start? Yeah, 4:30 you have to start, because there will be a queue there also. So then, even though you make a reservation, there will still be a queue. You wait in the queue, and 15-20 minutes, maybe maximum half an hour, you are seated and everything. And then what? You wanted this particular dish, but by the time you went, not there. Finished. The whole time is gone. 2.5 hours you drive there, 2.5 hours you drive back, all to satisfy 3-inch long tongue. Yeah. You measure the tongue, okay? After you measure that panel, I need a measurement. Then after that, you measure the tongue also. Even if you have the longest tongue in the universe, Guinness Book of World Records, even that will be small only. So this much, 3-inch tongue. For this 3-inch tongue, all the restaurants exist, because once you swallow, you may as well be on a feeding tube. Think about it. You no taste. Do you taste here? No. Do you taste here? Do you taste here? No. Taste is only here. If it's just a question of filling up the stomach, you can just, put something there. People do that for people who cannot eat and who are weak and all, who are there in nursing homes and everything. It's called directly feeding through a bag. And then if you eat the contents of the bag, it will have no taste at all, because it's not for taste, it's for nutrition. So for 3 inches long this tongue, which is both the karmendriya and a jnanendriya, that's why we have to be very careful how we use it. For this 3-inch tongue, Italian food, and then what else? Mexican food, Vietnamese food, and then what else? We can't just say Indian food, North Indian food, South Indian food, East Indian food, West Indian food. All these things, just to satisfy 3 inches. Think about how much effort goes there, and then we are not doing the right effort where it comes to Brahman. So if that is where the focus is, sitting in class also, I'll be thinking of that restaurant. So therefore, make the life very routine, so that the Brahmakara vritti is not refused, is not resisted. And then what do? I'm ready to welcome it. And that is the idea, to prepare the mind for the to be tranquil. And so, नियतकालव्यस्य तस्य युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य युक्तस्वप्न अवबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. He basically repeats the whole thing, and then he is going to tell us what is dukkha. Dukkhani sarvani hanti iti dukkha sarva samsara dukkha kshayakrit yogo bhavati iti arthaha. So, dukkhani sarvani hanti, that which destroys all sorrow, is a measured lifestyle. Neither going here nor going there. A measured lifestyle is the lifestyle that destroys all kinds of sorrows. And then, so iti dukkha. What kind of sorrow? Sarva samsara dukkha kshayakrit. So this yoga, this dhyana yoga, and this practice of this lifestyle, which is part of dhyana yoga, not only nididhyasana and meditation, but the lifestyle that is prescribed to go along with it. Sarva samsara dukkhasya kshayam karoti iti kshayakrit. Kshayam karoti, that which reduces and destroys. Not only reduces, but also destroys. What? Sarva samsara dukkha. All the dukkhas of samsara. My favorite restaurants are shut down, therefore I am dukhi. This happened, therefore I am dukhi. Nobody is talking to me, therefore I am dukhi. Dukhi means unhappy. So all the unhappiness, it destroys. So the destroyer of unhappiness is this yoga of calming the mind, the yoga of meditation. Dukkhani sarvani hanti. And what is that? Sarva samsara dukkha kshaya krit. Karoti iti krit. That which does is called krit. Dukkha kshayam karoti iti dukkha kshaya krit. What kinds of dukkha? Samsara dukkha kshayam karoti iti samsara dukkha kshaya krit. That which is the agent of destroying the miseries of samsara. Why nobody likes me? Why are they saying this? Why are they saying that? Who did this to me? Why are they doing this to me? Why nobody looks at me? Why nobody pays attention to me? All this is samsara dukkha. Now, the 17th verse is very, very wonderful. It says, oh, it's going to destroy sorrow. Then, what is the question? When? When will I have it? When? And so the 17th verse is going to talk about when it will come to be. And then when will we find out? in the course starting on May 6th, when we study 6th chapter. That time, until then, it's a cliffhanger. You know how the TV serials end? I think in all languages and all countries, they will end on a suspense. Even in Brazil, yeah. Why? Because they want you to turn it on next day. So therefore, I want you to come back. All right, that's why I'm saying that when, this should be the question on the mind for the next 5 months. All right. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yes.